Hello and welcome to my review of the ORKS Trukk. This model will set you back £27.50. It's a fair amount of money. If you can get it in a bundle or a set of them or something like that, then that's worth it. But it's a fairly old model, and I did in fact save the instruction guide. I can't remember how many years old it is, but it's at least 15 or so years old. But there you go, this is the instruction guide. Yeah, it does the job, but none of the parts are numbered, and yeah, it's not the best. It is literally like 3 pages. It's very tricky to get this cupola together. It's tricky to get you know, both of the Ork boys in there. I would suggest a sub-assembly, but even then, after you've painted them and slotted them in, it's going to be tricky to put them in, like to glue them in once you've painted them, once you've done a good paint job. I just have glued mine in just because you know, I do these reviews and things. Let's have a look at the detail of the model. I'll go through some size comparisons and then we'll have a look at the rules. I think I've pretty much used all of the parts for this model, but there we go. Let's have a little look at the detail then. So yeah, it's not that much of a spiky vehicle. You know, there's not many spikes on the wheels. You've got this big exhaust stack, you've got this Ork driver, you've got the gunner, which is a bit of a pain to get together and to get that gun kind of level. You've got this wrecking ball thing, you've got this front grille. It looks like it's got a massive engine there, huge, but it's all exposed. You've got the fuel reservoir, you've got these boarding ramps, which I've just realised this one is on the wrong way, so I'm going to have to break this one off at some point today, because otherwise that will bug me. This one's on the right way though. They clearly, you know, sort of grab onto another vehicle and provide that bridgeway to another Ork vehicle or even an enemy vehicle. You've got these, I say armour plates, but you know, they've got big gaps there, no ballistic glass or whatnot. It's all cobbled together with bits of metal here and there. You've got this grab rail, a couple of them, and yeah, you got this stick bomb launcher. I think that's what it is. You got this extra bit of NOS or whatever. You got this extra bit of NOS canisters. You've got this ornament, an Ork ornament, a few exhausts there too. But yeah, it's very Orky looking. One of the most Orky looking vehicles. It's definitely a lot better than what we used to have. The model is definitely a lot better than what we used to have back in sort of first, second edition. It's much bigger. It's, you know, you can actually fit boys in there, or you can put one model in there to represent the group of them. So there you go. That's the Ork Trukk. Let's go through some size comparisons then. Firstly, I like to get my knob out. And here it is, this Ork knob. As you can see, you can fit a normal sized knob in the rear. I don't think you could fit another one in, no, unless you get this, maybe if you put another one there, but that's a bit awkward. Oh, he didn't, did he? He didn't. But yeah, you can put maybe one Ork boy there, and then maybe possibly a couple more in the back. So yeah, that's where it sizes up next to a knob. So yeah, that's where it sizes up next to me knob and an Ork boy. And then there's the War Boss too. I think you can possibly put a War Boss in the back, but yeah, so just taking him away, that's quite cool. So yeah, there you go, that's the size comparison next to sort of the normal Ork models, and we've got Gretchen too. So yeah, it's an alright size vehicle, I guess. We've got a Rhino right here, and it is I'll say a little bit smaller than a Rhino overall. I mean, it is certainly like higher. I give it that, but width wise, it's tiny bit wider at the back, but at the front it's thinner. I mean, I think the tank looks bigger just because it's a tank, but yeah, you know, you could grapple them on and then that would be fine, wouldn't it? So that's the size of it compared to a Rhino. I've got it compared to a gun wagon over here. So it's a fair bit smaller than a gun wagon. Oh, that orc is drunk, so I'll just move from there. But yeah, as you can see, next to a gun wagon, it's a fair bit smaller. So if you want the bigger, beefier vehicles, then go for the battle wagons or gun wagons compared to the trucks. But yeah, battle wagon has a lot more presence compared to the truck, but the truck is like, you know, completely open topped and not much armour at all. Okay, this is my part of the review where I will go through all of the rules for the Ork truck. It's quite odd that Orks only have one transport option, which is the truck. They don't have any flying transport options or anything like that. I mean, yes, you can fit Orks in a Gorkanaut or in a Stomper, but what I mean is like kind of fast attack, getting Orks into combat, getting knobs into action as quickly as possible. They only have this truck, and I suppose they kind of also do have the you know, battle wagon too. You know, you can transport 20 models in the battle wagons. But anyway, let's go through the rules. So it is a transport choice, the only transport choice in the Ork army. It's a power points cost of a 3 and a points cost of 59, making it very, very cheap. Cheaper than a Rhino, cheaper than many other transport options. What do you get for these small points then? It's one of these units where the number of wounds remaining affects its movement speed. So it starts off with 10 wounds, and if it's got between 6 and 10, it moves 12 inches. Strength 6, attacks 3. Between 3 and 5 wounds, it moves 8 inches. Strength 5, attacks D3. And then 1 to 2 wounds, it only moves 6 inches. Strength 4, attacks 1. Weapon skill is 5+, ballistic skill 5+, toughness 6, 10 wounds, leadership 6 and a save of 4+. That's not too bad, you know, for a toughness 6, 10 wound, save of 4+, that's not too bad at all. It's a single model equipped with a big shooter. A big shooter works as usual. It's a 36-inch range, assault 3, strength 5, AP 0 and damage 1. This model may take a wrecking ball or grabbing claw. Now the wrecking ball, which mine is equipped with, is a strength +2, so that'll be strength 8, AP -1 and a damage of 2. Each time the bearer fights, it can make no more than 3 attacks with this weapon. The grabbing claw, if you choose that, is the strength of the user, which is 6, AP -3, damage D3. Each time the bearer fights, it can only make a single attack with this weapon. So you only get 1 attack with the grabbing claw, whereas the wrecking ball, you can get 3. The stick bomb chucker, you might not have heard that before, but it's a 12-inch assault D6, strength 3, AP 0 and damage 1. This weapon can only be fired if a unit is embarked within the vehicle equipped with it. And of course the war gear option is this model may take a stick bomb chucker. Abilities: Daka Daka Daka. Open topped. Models embarked on this model can attack in their shooting phase. Measure the range and draw line of sight from any point on this model. When they do so, any restrictions or modifiers that apply to this model also apply to its passengers. For example, the passengers cannot shoot if this model has fallen back in the same turn, cannot shoot except for with pistols if the model is within 1 inch of an enemy unit, and so on. Ramshackle. Roll a d6 each time this model suffers damage from an attack that has a damage characteristic of more than 1. On a 6, reduce the damage caused by the attack to 1. That's quite nice, but you have to get a 6 for that. Explodes. If this model is reduced to 0 wounds, roll a d6 before removing it from the battlefield and before any embarked models disembark. On a 6 it explodes, and each unit within 6 inches suffers D3 mortal wounds. Transport. This model can transport 12 flash gits or infantry models. Each mega armor or jump pack model takes the place of 2 other models. Keywords: Ork, vehicle, transport, truck. So there you go. You know, each mega armor takes the place of 2 models, so you can technically put 6 mega armored knobs in this thing. I'm not sure whether you would. I mean, it's a very fast way of getting your knobs into action, but you may want to invest in like a battle wagon, which does have slightly better toughness and more wounds, a bit more survivable. But the save is still the same. But of course, that thing is almost 3 times the points cost. So these are cheap, fast transport options that are lightly armored, but they can deliver, you know, up to 12 of your infantry or 6 mega armoured knobs into battle. They're a great choice for your orc army, super cheap. Of course, don't expect them to take down a Titan or anything, but do expect them to be pretty dependable and, like I say, a fast way of delivering all your orcs to the front lines, which that's where they excel at. And that's it for my ORKS Trukk review. What do you guys think of the ORKS Trukk? Do not leave home without one. Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. It'd be great to hear from you. Thank you ever so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Morg.